mixed company.
Oh.
So who needs to leave?
Oh,
The
you
two.
look at one. Right.
The two.
I'm going with my bad. We get rid of the two and then.
So how do I get rid of the two?
You're going to subtract the 5. You're going to subtract the 2 and then you're going to add in for the 8.
So what is my answer?
2 and then 4, 5. Look at that there.
I'm
Bam.
be exhausted.
Hey, I got it. It just take me forever, but I got
Phone a friend, poll the audience, we tried everything. All right. Woo! Now, let's look at some more.
it. My brain hurts.
My brain hurts too on that one. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I don't think we talked about it in here, but sometimes y'all accidentally hit a button and you can't get out of that button. Like you'll hit a button and then you try to hit clear, and clear doesn't get you out of that button. There is an escape button on your calculator. It's called quit. It's written in blue on my calculator. It may be written in yellow on your calculator. You hit second and the button beside it. So second quit is like escape. So a lot of people said, I just turn my calculator off and turn it back on and I get out of it. But if you hit second quit, it escapes you back to the home screen. Now there are some buttons that if you click them, clear will get you off of it. But there's some buttons that if you hit, clear's not going to get you off of it. So second quit will get you out of anything that you accidentally got into. Now we did talk about this last time. If you have parentheses, squigglies, square ones or round ones, you only use the parentheses. There is no need to do this by hand. Type it all into your calculator. So when I'm doing this problem, it would be 7 parentheses, 32 parentheses, 6 parentheses, 15 minus 3, close it. How do I do exponential? Where is
It's
it?
like a 2.
It's right now, under the clear.
Under the clear. To the 4th. Now, I have put my calculator in old school mode. So my exponential button does this. Some of your calculators, your exponential button will do this. And remember, if you go to the 4th, you then have to jump off the airplane. So you have to hit the over button to get back down into the problem. So I did to the 4th, and then I closed it, times 2, close it. Try doing that one by hand. Just say. Amen.
You know, I ain't doing it.
Now, with a fractional problem, again, if it says evaluate or simplify, that just means work it out. Work it out, get an answer. So, for this next problem, if I say simplify, for example, it's like simplify, something like that. If I say simplify, that just means work it out. Now, for this problem, you have to be very careful. I said simplify and write your answer as a mixed number. Now, what I did is I took the same problem and I copied it over because I want you to be able to see the original problem compared to the new problem. Do I need to get common denominators? No. Do I need to flip fractions? No. What do I need to do?
Just put it in the calculator.
And what must I do with fractions, Devin?
Oh, right. You'll wrap it up.
Thank you. So, y'all, this problem had parentheses in the original problem, but I also have to put all of these. So notice, when I type this in, I have to have these parentheses because that's what the problem said, but I also have to have all of those parentheses. So see how I have double wrappage? Wrappage from the problem and wrappage from the fraction. And I also have double wrappage here. You with me? Wrap, wrap. When in doubt, wrap it up. So, for this first problem, it would be parentheses, parentheses, 1/2, close it, plus 7 over 8, close it. I just did the green one and the black one. Now I'm going to do to the third, divided by the 2/3 wrapped up, minus, how do I write 2 3/8? 2 plus 3 over 8.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Now, I said I want it as a mixed number, no mixed company, so who are we going to send away? So minus the 1, and then we're going to math enter the change. So what is my final answer?
1, 5, 3, 7, and then the other one, the bottom.
I'm not going to keep your answers all cute and pretty. This is all about real life, y'all. Numbers in real life are not pretty. You need to know how to use the technology. Now, I have some people who know how to use this button right here, where my arrow is. This button is the to the second button. That's all that button does, is to the second. So if you're doing 5 to the second, that's what that button does. If you're doing anything else, to the second, to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth, you're going to have to use the to the button. So, just to show you that they're the same thing, if I do 7 to the second versus 7 to the second, we just square so many things in math to the seconds that we created a shortcut button that does nothing but to the second. We cool?
Right.
Caleb, look! All right. Huh? I'm exhausted when I leave school. All right, we have a pie. We want to know what's left of the pie so we can eat it at midnight. So, how much pie was there when Grandma took it out of the oven? A whole pie. So we have one whole pie that we started with. And we gave away half the pie to our cousin. You know Grandma does that.
My grandma made like 4 for my daddy.
And then she gives them away. Then she gave 1/3 of the pie to your aunt.
I swear my grandma used to do
When I hit equals, that's going to be what's left. Because I want to know what is left so that I can eat it with a glass of milk at midnight. So you have to start with the 1 because you started with 1 pie. So there was 1 pie minus,
Wrap it up.
whoo, Lordy, you can teach young and stuff. We're going to wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
I got all kinds of screw ups in here. 1 minus 1/2, wrap it up, minus 1/3.
Wrap it.
Now, because this is a fractional problem,
And.
we need to math enter because they're going to want a fractional answer. So math enter. So that means I have 1/6 of the pie left for me to eat at midnight. Now, another way that you can look at this problem, I have some people who do this. They will say 1/2 plus 1/3. Now, what you have to realize is that what you just did is what's gone.
Still missing that 1.
Okay? So, if you do the 1/2 plus the 1/3, that's what's gone. The question didn't say what's gone, it says what's left. Well, y'all, 5, 6. That means Grandma had 6 slices, and 5 are gone. So what's left? So you can do it that way, but you just have to realize that the answer that you got there is what's gone. So you got to subtract and say what's left. 5, 6 is just not the right answer because you're not answering the question. Okay, this one's a good one because we are red foxes, just saying. 511 people are going to a football game to see the red foxes. I'm from Hartsville. 47 people fit in a bus. How many buses do we rent? So, what are these? These are my people. How many of these people do we have?
Oh, I guess 511. You just do 3 people acts. How many you got left? Come on, man.
What is this?
The bus. Man, let me help you out.
Use our imagination. All right, how many people can fit on that bus? You're sitting real close. 47. And then we're going to put another 47 on this bus and another 47 on this bus. So what kind of problem is this?
Yeah, multiply.
So, there's 511 people in this room. And I said, okay, 47, go to bus 7. 47, go to bus B. 47, go to bus C. So I'm taking y'all and I'm dividing y'all into buses. Okay, so this is a division problem. Now, is this 511 divided by 47, or is this 47 divided by 511?
511.
Good. Now, in this module, it's super easy because y'all say, oh, it's the big number divided by the small number. When you get to decimals and fractions, it's going to screw you. When you're doing division, the first number is always the thing that's being cut up or the thing that's being divided. The second number is what you're dividing it into. So I'm taking people and I'm putting them on buses. Or I'm taking a field and I'm dividing it up into sections. Or I'm taking some fabric and I'm cutting it into shirts. So the first number is not always the biggest number. The first number is the thing. And the second number is what you're doing to that thing. So if I have a rod that's 2/3 of a foot long, and I'm cutting it into 1/8 sections. Well, 2/3 and 1/8 don't mean anything to you, so you don't know who's the biggest and who's the smallest. Well, the rod is 2/3, that's the thing, and I'm cutting it into 1/8 sections. So it would be the 2/3 divided by the 1/8. Okay, reciprocal is a fancy name for flip. So 2/3, the reciprocal would be 3/2. They just want you to flip it upside down. So if I say, what is the reciprocal of 5? 5 is a whole number, so it's over 1. So the reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. So if I say, what is the reciprocal of 1/2? 2/1. But if you type 2/1 into Alex, because what is 2/1? 2. Mathematicians are paid lots of money to confuse you. They call things different names. So, do we agree this is 511 divided by 47? So, 511 divided by 47. Okay, so in Alex, it's going to say, how many buses do I need to rent? Okay, if you type in 10.8, I will yell at you. Because can you rent 1/8 of a bus?
No.
Do we agree that we can only rent 10 buses or 11 buses?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we rent 10 buses with 47 people on each bus,
Oh, yeah.
I got some pissed off people.
It's not.
So 11 buses, I have more than enough room for my 511 people. You with me?
Yeah.
So that last bus is just not going to be full. So I'm going to need to order 11 buses. You with me?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to next week's game. Next week, we have 518 people want to go to the game. We can still put 47 people on a bus. How many buses do we need? Tell me what to type in my calculator. How many buses do I need?
There's one person extra.
We have 11 buses times 47 people.
Oh, we need to,
Are you the one that I'm leaving?
Yes.
How many buses do I need?
You still need 12 for one express.
Well, you should.
I ain't riding dirty.
If I was driving the bus, it'd be 3 to 6.
It's 580 people, but the
How
whole
much
they're
are
looking
you
doing
doing
that.
So that means 11 buses are gonna be full. But I got one person who paid a full ticket that needs a ride.
That means he gonna be on the other side.
So he gonna be on the bus by himself
Literally.